Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Gopijana Vallabha Srivasasani
Gopijana Vallabha Girivanadari Yashodanandana Brajajana Rangyana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Krishna
Yes. Perfect.
Now second class coming. That was just the beginning. Now second class.
Intermedio.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vandeham Sigurum Siyutapadakamalam Sigurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrayatam Sagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sadhivam Satvaitam Savatutam Parichana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Shabhagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitamscha Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatam maham vande Shri Guru Dinatharanam. So most welcome this morning to the class of Srimad Bhagavatam with the special commentary of Srila Bhakti-Rakshak Sridhar Deva Goswami Maharaj. Today, you can choose what is the subject. What is the special message for you and for everyone? You open anywhere. Okay. Here we go. Kotish api mahamune. That is the verse. We must not be overconfident of our previous acquisition. So much I have acquired. My progress is so much. I must not be satisfied. Others to see what a great devotee I am. So much you are to disbelieve your own self that you are a devotee. In this way, we must be very careful, very, very careful. Koti Swapi Mahamune. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and Narottam Das Thakur were seen. The whole world is absolved from sin, but I am neglected. I am left as the only exception. I am so low and ill-fated that I am rejected from that most benevolent, infinite Leela. I alone am rejected. I could not utilize this great fortunate wave. This should be the real tendency of a genuine Vaishnava who has actually come in contact in relation with the infinite. Whenever the finite comes in touch with the infinite, his temperament cannot be otherwise. I am empty. I don't get anything. That should be the temperament. I feel emptiness within me. I can't get the goal. My life is frustrated. Neither do I get a drop of grace from the Lord, and the world, of course, I have left. So both sides gone. I have no alternative, O Lord. If you don't accept me, then I am undone. Please make me the servant of the servant. give the remotest connection to me. Graciously give the most distant connection to yourself to me. Don't leave me, my Lord. I can't tolerate the craving for you. This heartfelt, heart-rending prayer must come from the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Onlookers will find that he has got a peep of his fortune. The charm for the world outside is fully eliminated for that person from the core of his heart. And in his near future, his heart will be filled with the nectar of the grace of Krishna. Om Jnanatimiram Dasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Jene Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Kotishvapi Mahamne. This is a very basic instruction, but at the same time, it is a very advanced instruction. From the very beginning, we are told, Trinata pi sunichana tarora pi saishnuna amanina manadina kirtaniyat sadahari. That is the Shikshastakam prayer number 3. Do you know that prayer by heart? No? Please say.
Only the verse number 3.
3.
Trinada pi sunichana tarora pi saishuna amanina manadina kirtaniya sadhana.
Translation.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, considering himself lower than the grass, more tolerant than a tree, or without any sense of vanity, and always willing to give respect to others without looking for its own. In that state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Thank you. Very true. So when we become devotees, we read the Shikshastakam every day. So it's basic, because it's what everybody should know. Bhakti Yoga is a science. So a science which has to be practiced scientifically. Just like we get up in the morning for Mangal Artik and then we go to class, we chant our rounds, we chant our Gayatris. All this is scientific, but it is devotional. If you do these things in sadhana bhakti, in Vaidhi bhakti, you do it as a rule, but you accept that rule voluntarily, not by imposition. If you go to Mangal Artik by imposition, Krishna will not be happy. It's like a meeting. I'm going to meet my Lord. I'm going to meet my Savior, the one who's giving meaning to my life. So when you go to the Mangal Artik and so Krishna can see you, then immediately a great blessing comes to you. If you go to the Mangal Artik only because that others will see, oh yes, he was there. But otherwise, you just meditate on your pillow and want to go back to your pillow to sleep, then this is not such an intensive experience. So bhakti it's your issue. We are here to practice bhakti. In the beginning, Vaidhi bhakti, when we are becoming more advanced, Raganuga bhakti. This all happens by divine grace. Some or other. If you ask me why I'm here, I don't really know. I don't really know how I got here. But I can tell you I'm here because this is the nicest thing I know about life. Everything else I have seen in the world is pretty much disgusting. Just yesterday I was hearing about the chemtrails. Chemtrails, as most people don't know, they are putting out in the air from the airplane chemicals to influence the climate and the people. It's like a horror movie. Really, really, it is a horror movie. But the world is so full of horror movies. We are hearing horror movies every day of the politicians, of the billionaires, of the... Sometimes we also hear horror movies of people more close to us. Cheating, lying, wanting to take advantage of each other rather than serving. So many things in this world are simply disgusting. Disgusting. Somebody says his brother wanted to kill him. What a disgusting story. Somebody says my whole fortune I spent in gambling. Now I have nothing left. Disgusting. Somebody says, I have 3 children. Where are they? I don't know. Disgusting. The stories of disgusting, it just goes on and on and on and on. Each one of us knows many disgusting stories. But life in itself, in the material world of sense gratification, is disgusting. So I'm disgusted, but I'm not disgusted with Krishna consciousness. On the contrary, I think it's pretty good, pretty nice. I love Vrindavan, I love Mayapur, I love Lord Jagannath, I love my Guru Dev, I love the devotees I'm allowed to work with for my Guru Dev. I love prasadam, so delicious food offered to Krishna. I love kirtan. I love the beautiful singing. I love so many things about Krishna consciousness, so I'm not disgusted with Krishna consciousness. Is there anything I'm disgusted with in Krishna consciousness? Well, let me think about it. Yes, I'm disgusted with myself. This is this Kotishvapi Mahamune. I'm disgusted with myself because this pure love which we are talking about every day, it has not arisen in my heart. If any tear comes to my eye, maybe there is a show involved. If Mahaprabhu says that his tears are show, then I don't want to know about my tears. Tears to impact, this is not real tears. If my tears are so deep that I am not attracted to anything in the material world anymore, well, that sounds more real. Or if my tears are there because I feel disgusted with myself because I still have attraction to the material world, well, that's also sincere. So it's a fine line. Devotees, advanced devotees, they are saying, I am not good. I am disqualified. The Kanishta, He thinks he is a great devotee and the others are not. The Uttama Adhikari, he thinks everybody else is a devotee, but I am not. That's the difference. So here Srila Sridhar Maharaj calls it self-certificate or self-satisfaction. The certificate of my own making. Oh yes, I'm a temple president now. Not bad. No, I already carry the stick, the danda. And everybody says Jai Maharaj to me. Oh, Maharaj means king. And I only have a stick. And everybody comes and says Jai Maharaj. Not only that, you have seen when we were there in Bathinda, that you are coming in this saffron cloth, and some ladies come and they want to push 100 rupees into your hand. And then another, why they want to give money to me? What do they see in me? Oh, because I'm a great guy. That's not a good way of thinking. We should think, they see that, oh, he's doing service for Krishna, I will give 100 rupees so that my 100 rupees will be used in Krishna's service. Not that he goes and buys an ice cream, a boga ice cream for my 100 rupees. No. So a devotee is living in a very protected area by his self-realization that I'm still very low, very sinful. There's one shloka, it's not one song called Gopinath. I'm the worst of all sinners, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes. And you have taken so many demons back to you, but I'm still here. So what kind of a demon I must be? Now you may say, what do you mean demon? I'm chanting Hare Krishna for 10 years or 20 years. How can I be a demon? Then why Krishna has not taken you yet to him? Oh my God. He has taken many demons to him, but you are still here? It's a help if Srila Bhakti-Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj in another place says, the world is perfect. The only imperfect person here is me. I am imperfect. I am faulty. The world is the way it is. And if I say the world is disgusting, then hopefully it will be so disgusting that you want to leave the material world and you don't want to come back here life after life after life. Like, sorry to give you an example, but let's say you have a good job, well paid, but what you have to do? You have to live on a metal platform in the ocean. All you see is water around. And frustrated people for being in that. Of course, if you start chanting Hare Krishna with them and reading the Bhagavad Gita, then the platform becomes Naimisharanya.
Yeah.
Then it transforms completely. Then it doesn't matter where it is. How much determination requires to be on such a job. But what don't we do for getting a good salary? Then with a good salary we can take care of our family and we can do so many other good things. But Prabhupada said no. Only preaching justifies all this. Preaching is life. You don't have to be a sannyasi to preach. Just the fact you're preaching, you deserve all the respect by the others. But you don't want to have the respect. You're preaching because you're respecting them. Like if I preach to you, you are giving mercy to me by listening to me. You are giving your mercy to me. Otherwise, I'll be alone and nobody wants to listen to me. Really giving classes about Krishna consciousness? Ram, Ram, Ram. Have you really done that? Sat down and give a whole explanation on the Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam, like I'm giving explanation on Kotishvapi Mahamune. Very interesting, very deep. It's just one sentence, but it is so deep. It takes us maybe a lifetime to understand what it really means that I am disqualified. Because in the material world, I'm a gold medalist. I win the prize. I get the applause of the public. Then I must be very good. Otherwise, why I'm getting the applause? So, yes, you may get applause. Yea, you may do good things. But you should always think this was Krishna doing with me. Krishna came to me. When I'm speaking here, I'm not speaking from my own German young time, my young age in Germany experience. No, from my German experience, I practically have nothing valuable to give you. Nothing. There was nothing of value I can share with you. Can you imagine? That sometimes I say, I was born in Germany, but I was educated in India, educated in Bharat, because only Atato Brahma Jigyasa, Savasya Changli Desani Vishnu Matas Smiti Jnanam Apoanam Cha, and Krishna's Tu Bhagavan Swayam. These three features, they are knowledge. I did not get in Germany knowledge that I'm part of Brahman. I did not get in my school days information that God is in my heart, loves me and guides me. I did not get in my school any education that God is Bhagavan in his own world and waiting for us to come there. Nothing. Not one word was given to me in this regard. So therefore I say my education comes from Bharat. I was born there, but my education is from my Guru Deva, from the Rishis, from the great sages who have pinned down. My first book was, not the first book I read, but the first book which really captured me. That was Ishopanishad. I had read Bhagavad Gita before. I had also read some Rig Veda. But honestly speaking, I didn't understand anything. I just was reading it like, hey, I want to be more educated. Let me find out what this book says. I also read the Dharmapada from Buddha. And it was okay. The first book which touched me spiritually was Tao Te Ching by Lao Tse. That book touched me when I was an atheist because it was speaking about spirituality in such a beautiful way. Then I was thinking, wow, because I had given up spirituality because of the Christian misbehavior in the world. I thought, if these are the Christians who go around the world killing others and stealing their land, I don't want to be a Christian. I don't want to be counted amongst them. This is horrifying. So when I read Lao Tse, And he was speaking that spirituality is really the biggest treasure we have and all that. I was charmed. So then when I started looking at the Dharmapada, because Lao Tse was kind of Buddhist inclination, then I was reading Dharmapada, then I was reading Rig Veda, cannot understand anything. Then I was reading Bhagavad Gita, I said, this is spoken on a battlefield. I don't want to know anything about any battlefield. So if this speaking is spoken on a battlefield, it's not for me. Then there was another yogi in the ashram where I was living, and I told him, I'm not interested in this book, this is all about battlefields. And then he looked at me and said, oh, you didn't understand anything. That was shocking. That was shocking, that when you're a young man and you're told you don't understand anything, it's very challenging, no? But I didn't understand anything, he was right. So when I read Om Purnam Ada Purnam Idam Purnat Purnam Udakshati Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Udakshati, when I read this first invocation of the Ishopanishad, everything which emanates from the Absolute is also fulfilling a purpose within the plan of the Absolute. And even this phenomenal world is part of that. I was, my God. Next shloka. Ishavasya idam sarvam jat kincha jagat jam jagat tena tyaktena bunjitaha magritaha kasya svitanam. The Lord has given for each and everyone a quota. Something to eat, to dress, to live. He has given for each one of us a quota. You are not in problem taking your quota, but you must know where it comes from. But if you want to take more than your quota, you are getting in trouble. Now, in the material world, we see everybody wants to get more. They are not satisfied at all. The amount of cheating and lying going on in this world is so immense that there's no description, there's no numbers. You can't figure it out. The cheating is too large. And not only that, then it just turns out that the big people who have the big powers, many of them are engaged in black magic. And black magic, for those who are not doing black magic, they don't really know what it is. But black magic is, you have to appease the ghosts. In South India, there is some black magic also. One of my disciples, he got married from Karnataka. And then he had a son. Then he called me. Now they want to kill a goat. Because son was born, we have to appease the village ghosts or the whatever you call them that. We have to appease him because he has given a male child. So I said, you're Vaishnava, you don't kill any goats. So he had a big fight with his family because this is our tradition. So this killing goats may sound like, for those who eat meat, it doesn't sound like a big deal. But for those who are vegetarians, impossible. Why kill a poor goat for just some stupid black magic? But when you go to the big, powerful people, you will find out that their black magic is not killing goats. They're killing human babies. They're killing so many people. That black magic of the high power people is the worst you can imagine. And it comes out almost daily in the newspaper, but we cannot believe it. We cannot believe it that Hollywood stars and billionaires, that they are involved in killing children and making stupid black magic sacrifices. You cannot imagine that making wars are also offerings to ghosts. That actually some people decide for war because this is their offering. Oh, the world gets more than disgusting. Nah. Ugh. I want to have nothing to do with it. In the United States, officially more than 300,000 children are lost. They don't know where they are. That goes, it's in the newspaper, you find it every day. It's not like, oh, Parmavati Maharaj wanted to give an example how disgusting the world is, therefore he invented that number. No! 330,000 children are missing, they're gone. Nobody tells you what they did with them. So, this artful, disgusting world, it surrounds us. You don't know who is involved, who is not involved. Doesn't really matter. Most important that you are not involved. So black magic, ghost worship, Bhutani Yanti Bhutecha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, those who worship the ghost, they will go to the ghost. And then the ghosts, they are bloodthirsty. I've seen it in many countries. In Brazil, all the ghost worship offers chicken, offers goats, offers humans, secretly, but they do it. But it's going on. Like you gain power by taking the life of somebody else, especially innocent virgin girls. If you kill them and offer to the ghost, then he's very sensitive. This disgusting world, do you want to be part of that? Do you want to have anything to do? They do it in Venezuela, in the ghost worship. All kinds of nasty things. It's in Europe. As Aleister Crowley was one of the black magic teachers of Europe. And so, well, if it's also going on in India, if it's also going on in India, it's not surprising, because India, last not least, is kind of the cradle of all these cultures. We don't know if Africa invented their own worships or if they also got it from India. We don't know exactly, but one thing is a fact. I don't want to be part of this world. So, therefore, I must say, even though I don't know how I got here, what to speak in this beautiful Vrinda Kunj. Of course, Vrindavan is everywhere nectar, no? Banki Bihari is also amazing. It's too crowded, it gets crazy. Brahmins will charge you 500 rupees to get darshan of the deity. It's not so pleasant. Or you go to Janmastan, so many security in Janmastan. You have to give your camera, you have to do this everywhere. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Radhe Radhe.
Shyam.
No. You have to go through so many securities, they check your body, whether you have a camera or anything disgusting like that. But it's Krishna's birthplace, so you go there anyway. You want to see Khalsa's prison. And you see, oh my God, they built a mosque here. What the heck? How in the world did they build a mosque in the place where my Lord Krishna was born? Then you can imagine, I don't know the details, but they say some temples have been destroyed 20 times.
17 times.
17 times and rebuilt.
Somnath.
And not only that, sometimes they have taken the deities and put them in the steps of the mosque, so that every Muslim can insult the Hindus by stepping on their God. Oh God, what a disgusting world. And the mosque is still there. That's what happened in Ayodhya in the 1960s. The sadhu said, no more. And they went and they broke the mosque where Ram Lal was born. And it became like a worldwide scandal. Anyhow, we want to serve Krishna, we want to be humble preachers. Actually, when you follow Srila Prabhupada, you want to convert the Muslims back to Hindus, Vaishnavas. That is the real accomplishment. Ravanari is my godbrother. He is from Palestine, a devout Muslim, but he met Srila Prabhupada and he became a Vaishnava. And he translated the Bhagavad Gita into Arabic. So, what a service, translating Bhagavad Gita as it is into Arabic. So Vaishnavas have their heart so large, they want to convert the Muslims. They don't hate the Muslims, but they know the Muslims have a very nasty mentality. Muslims, Christians, Arabic religions, call them religions if you want, Arabic cultures, they want to kill everybody who doesn't submit to them. We say, they say my way or the highway.
No way.
But no, they don't say no highway. My way or cut off your head.
No way.
So this mentality is so nasty. It is still there. You go to Bangladesh, when they get angry, they're very dangerous. They can go to the Hindu temple, torture the priest, destroy the deities.
It begins with the ISKCON devotees.
Please don't interrupt. That is a fact, that there are so many negative things, but the Vaishnavas, they are so powerful and so loving, they will preach to everyone. Regardless whether you're an atheist or a fanatic Muslim or this or that, we'll tell everybody. Only if they get angry, then we don't preach. Because it says you're not supposed to instruct a person who is faithless and angry, who is against what you're doing. Then leave him alone. Let Yamaraj take care of his case. Because Yamaraj, he takes care of every case. In the end of the day, Yamaraj has the last word. But here our shloka is speaking about me, my condition. If I am still in the material world, I should understand that I am the most fallen and I should chant from the deepest prayer of my heart. This is all. If you feel yourself in emergency, then you will pray properly. if you feel yourself, I'm almost saved, I'm almost a saint already, then your prayer will not be very profound. Then you will just maybe pray for show. Okay, I'm chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. How you chant Hare Krishna? You have a japa? Yes? You chant rounds? So how do you chant? Oh my Lord, please let me be an instrument of your love. Let me do something on this position which you have put me. I want to give your love to those who may come to me, because it's all by the will of providence. By the will of providence we have met Ram. Somehow or other we ran into each other in the Kumbh Mela. There were only 200 million other people. But we happened to meet. And something made spiked. And this way, only Madhava, he was born into it. His parents took him, little boy, Hare Krishna, come chant. That special. Tyagi Maharaj, old man from Venezuela. How many stories he can tell you about his life, about Venezuela, and how he came to India, and here became a sannyasi, and here is one of the important preachers of the Vrinda Kunja now, especially for Spanish people, because his English is not so good yet. And his Hindi also not so good yet. But we should learn. If we are here, we should learn. So, Kotishvapi Mahamune is really so important, that I am needy, I am a neophyte. I want to start to do something great. I mean, if Krishna wants me to do something great, don't forget, one new devotee is the greatest you can accomplish. You don't know, actually you cannot make a devotee, but you can pray to be an instrument that somebody may become a devotee. That is the real issue. You may pray that you may become an instrument to make somebody a devotee. And I will tell you some funny story. The Gaudiya Math, they have all the ladies living at home. And here we have our Vishnu Priya Ashram and we do seva together. So one time, please, stop this. So one time they asked Srila Prabhupada, why do you allow the ladies in the temple? And he answers, if there's no girls in the temple, then there will also be no boys. That was his Prabhupada's wisdom. We can practice Krishna consciousness together. We have nothing against people getting married. Now, in the Vedic culture, marriage was conducted by the parents, completely. But in the Krishna conscious movement, my Guru Deva, he got many people married because he saw they were young, they were attracted to the opposite sex. There was a nice girl or a nice boy. So he said, why don't you get married? And Prabhupada personally conducted the fire yajna and got them married. And then he said, now you can open a temple in Vancouver. And you can open a temple in Toronto. And you can open a temple in Montreal. That was one marriage Prabhupada made. And the three couples, they opened the big, powerful temples, which are now biggest temples in Canada. All done by Grihastha. That Gaudiya Math cannot even imagine. Because in Gaudiya Math, the Grihastha is staying outside and coming, maybe doing some artik, maybe. They can bring some luxury from their earnings, but that they can actually take charge and inspire others in spiritual life, that was a gift of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. More so, he also showed that the women can be big preachers. Prabhupada was giving Pandal program, 20,000 Hindus sitting there. And he said, Himavati, one of his disciples from Russian-American background, would say, Himavati, now you preach. And then she stood up there with the mic and started telling them about why they should be Krishna conscious. And when the man hear a foreign lady preaching like this, they go, what is this? Of course, in the Mayavadi world, you also have many women famous preachers in India. Look at Amma. She's so famous. And many others, I don't all know their names.
Millions.
But they're famous and they're also preaching Sanatana Dharma. So, in this way, it's more the Vaishnavas who were very orthodox. But not today. And not in the past. In the past, there were famous, outstanding ladies like Gangamata Goswamini, Janava Devi, Himalata Thakurani, and many others. They are spiritual masters. And spiritual master is the same. You cannot say male spiritual master. No, spiritual master is spiritual master. He doesn't male.
Is Vrindavan one more?
He's not female. He's not rich or he's not poor. He doesn't have many disciples or he has very few disciples. Spiritual master is a tattva. It's called Guru Tattva. When the Guru, the Supreme Guru, Lord Krishna, Charyamam Vijaniyam, descends through somebody and inspires another, that is the Guru transaction. Whenever and wherever this takes place. And when that transformation takes place, and he approaches the Guru to whom the inspiration came, then he says, can you guide me, can you give me shelter? Then it is the duty of the Shiksha Guru to take him to a qualified Diksha. If there is no qualified Diksha Guru, he may himself take responsibility. And that is Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Maharaj used to call it he said it is I forgot the name, the word he used, but it is like a big, laudable attempt, very honorable attempt, but it's on his risk. He has to take it on his shoulders. And if he surrendered to his Guru, then his Guru will give protection. And if he that easily surrendered to his Guru, Paramatma, finally this person will be properly guided. An honorable attempt. So, preaching is meaning Guru Tattva, spreading Guru Tattva. We feel I'm disqualified. When I started initiating people in Colombia, I was 33 years of age. I was just a young chap. People starting their job in this age. And there was a particular situation that those who were supposed to be Diksha Gurus by the institutional arrangement, they would not come and they would not care. And I said, how can I lead somebody who comes to me for Krishna consciousness to a person who neither appears nor does he care? This is not good. But my guru was not there anymore. It was then only that I felt I'm not qualified to do that, but if I don't do it, then there's nothing going on. It will grind to a halt. The preaching will stop here. So that's when we started making the Vrinda family, 1984. I'm still not qualified. But I know that I can be utilized. And I know that you may not be qualified either. But you can also be utilized by Krishna. So therefore this verse is so important. Thanks. You should always think I'm disqualified. But doesn't mean you are not doing the work of being qualified. Just like somebody says, I'm not qualified to cook. My cooking is not very nice. Okay, then we're not going to have any prasada? Huh? No. I say, Sadashiva, please you cook. No, I don't know. I only know how to make arepas. Then go and make arepas, but go and cook. Somebody has to cook. Somebody has to worship the deity, do the puja. Somebody has to do the accounting. Somebody has to do the gardening. If you want to have a nice garden for Krishna, then make it beautiful. Like this, do it. Yesterday we made a very nice discovery, Madhava Krishna. All the way from the gate of Kumbh Mela, all the way to Devraha Baba Mandir, they made a nice road, clean. And on both sides of the road, they planted flowers. Red flowers, blue flowers, all along the way. It's more than a kilometer. They made the road. And then they made another pontoon bridge. So have you already crossed that bridge? That bridge you can go directly to Mansarova and to Belwan and all the places. So that was a very nice surprise for me yesterday. As a matter of fact, I come here, I always ask the devotee what's new, and they don't tell me what's new.
They don't know what you've seen.
So, yes, Vrindavan will increase in beauty and in everything. This is very important because this is now you can go to the other side even as a part of the parikrama, and the Vraha Baba Mandir will become more important and everything. So, because it has to spread out. There's too many people everywhere. When we went Vangsivat yesterday, Vangsivat was so full of shops. From that we can tell that there's just hundreds and hundreds of people going every day. So the whole of Braj Mandal is expanding. And this is very good news. That means Sanatana Dharma is expanding. Some people say, they're just tourists. No, they're not just tourists. Nobody comes to Braj Mandal just to eat ice cream. Ice cream you can get everywhere. Nobody comes to Braj Mandal just to go to a dhaba. There's dhabas everywhere. Nobody comes to Braj Mandal just to see some tourist items. No, Braj Mandal means this temple, Nidhuban, and I want to go here, I want to go there. Of course, they're going to fashion temples, but what the matter? Fashion temple or not fashion temple? Important is they are going. So this is my reflection on Kotishvapi Mahamuni. Let's be very, very, very humble and do the job. Don't be so humble that you don't want to do the job. That humility is worth nothing. Worth nothing. Oh, I'm so fallen, I don't go to the kitchen. Oh, I'm so fallen, I don't worship Krishna. Oh, I'm so fallen, I'm not chanting Hare Krishna. No. Should do everything, and not only do it, but do it the best way you can. Do it, pray to Krishna, inspire me, give me the capacity. Let me play the harmonium so sweet that the people will just say, oh, now we have to chant Hare Krishna with him. Radhe Radhe.
Jai Shri Guru Maharaj ki.
This is the second lesson now, how I play the morning song in the same notes. You watch how I do the Maharaj.
I am Das.
His name is Ramdas.
Ramdas Maharaj.
नहीं अच्छा मंगलम भगवान विष्णु ये बताओ नेचुरल
This is the organic bananas from
Yes.
his farms.
Oh,
बगीचा
Bhagavad.
नेचुरल
It is for offering to the Thakurji.
He brought me this from Avdeshanand Maharaj. Shankarsha.
Acha.
कहाँ दिया इसका?
कैलासनंद गिरी जी
Kailasanand Giriji has done
शिव
this
टेम्पल
initiative, and he said whenever you do some discourse, you should wear this.
Radhe Radhe. Bhakti,
Señor, cierro.
you come here.
महाराज जी को
Cierro esto.
ऑन साइड
See, you come here, stand here, because you remember,
Yeah.
everything I will play within this. And you just watch how I use the keys